Okay, so good day po my fellow taong bayan mga Kasimor, at ngayon po pag-usapan natin yung pag-elect kay Senator Alan Peter Cayetano as the new Senate President of the Senate of the Philippines as of May 11, 2026. Around 3:43 PM po to yung oath taking niya. So for today po, explain ko sa inyo kung ano yung posibleng epekto nito sa impeachment ni VP Sara. Kasi more or less around this time din po nagbobotohan yung House of Representatives tungkol naman dun sa articles of impeachment, and after nung voting nila more or less around 200 plus po voted in favor na iakyat na yung article sa Senate Impeachment Trial Court. So i-discuss ko po sa inyo kung ano yung epekto nito considering si Senator Alan is a lawyer po, di ba? And then yung Senate President nga po is yung magiging presiding officer dun sa Senate Impeachment Trial Court. Tapos magpapakita din po ako sa inyo ng real world experience or real world case ko po talaga in relation to yung posibleng ang epekto pag abogado yung magiging presiding officer. Pero before po tayo magsimula, just a quick reminder lang po sa inyong lahat mga Kasimor tungkol po sa kaibigan natin for today's video, which is yung TapTap Send app po. So TapTap Send is a remittance or ipadala app po yan kung saan meron na pong millions of downloads and users worldwide. So kung kayo po ay isang OFW na nakabase sa Brazil, US, Europe, UK, Canada, Australia, or United Arab Emirates, I hopefully po you can consider using TapTap Send app kasi zero transfer fees po yan sa mga e-wallets at mobile banking apps dito sa Pilipinas. And aside from that po, if you use my promo code Attorney Neil, one word lang po yan, maka-receive din po kayo ng free $20 sa una po ninyong padala sa loved ones niyo na nandito sa Pilipinas. So again, TapTap Send app po, visit lang kayo sa website na www.taptapsend.com and then i-click nyo lang po tong Google Play or App Store, depende po kung ano yung phone na gamit niyo para ma-download yung app na yan. Okay, so ngayon po, tuloy tayo sa discussion. Pakita ko lang po to sa inyo para maintindihan nyo talaga. So nung pag-open po talaga nung Senate plenary session kanina ay tumayo to si Senator Cayetano. After po of course nung flag ceremony, nung opening prayer, tumayo po si Senator Alan tas may manifestation po siya na may 13 na daw na gusto magpalit ng Senate leadership. So it was pretty interesting considering manifestation pa lang po yung ginawa ni Senator Alan dito. Eh di ba yung last po na somewhat ganito rin yung nangyari in relation naman kay Senator Loren, hindi natuloy yung coup d'etat before. Kaya medyo napaisip ako kung this time ba matutuloy na kasi wala pang actual voting pero si Senator Alan Cayetano dito already manifested na may 13 na nga daw siya na numbers. Okay, and then eventually nangyari din naman po like what I've showed you kanina around 3:43 PM ay ayun nga po nag-oath taking na si Senator Cayetano. And then of course yung applicable provision po niyan in relation to election of officers sa Senate is under the Constitution po natin, the 1987 Constitution, and to be specific po under Article 6 Section 16 po yan. So Article 6 po is of course the Legislative Department, and then Section 16, so yan po, makita naman niyo. The Senate shall elect its President and the House of Representatives its Speaker by a majority vote of all its respective members. So kung nakita po niyo dito sa provision na to, very straightforward lang naman po yung requirement ng Constitution, and that is by a majority vote of all its respective members. So in other words, anytime po pwede talaga magpalit ng leadership ang ating Kongreso basta may majority vote ng lahat ng members. Okay? And in the case po of the Senate, yung magic number dyan ay palagi po yung 13 kahit na po let's say may mag-resign, may ma-appoint na senator. So kahit po bumaba, di ba, 24 yung nakalagay sa Constitution na number nila, pero pag yung reality nagiging let's say 22, 21 sila kasi yun nga po may na-assign, may nag-resign, so on and so forth. Regardless of that po, laging 13 po yung magic number niyan kasi yung sabi ng Constitution natin of all its respective members. So because of this phrase po na of all, yung jurisprudence po niyan, yung interpretation po according to the Supreme Court is the number provided by the Constitution. So yung number po na provided ng Constitution ay 24, yung all members ng Senate. Therefore, 13 po palagi yung kailangan para magkaroon ng change in leadership. Ngayon po, ito naman yung pag-usapan natin kung ano kaya yung posibleng epekto nitong bagong composition sa possible impeachment trial po ni VP Sara Duterte. Okay, so tingnan po muna natin yung bagong composition ng Senate. So dito po makikita nyo 13 voted for Cayetano, 9 voted for Soto. So yung mga nag-vote po for Senator Cayetano is actually hindi po si Cayetano, si Senator Alan ay nag-vote for himself kasi si Senator Soto voted for Senator Cayetano, but that is more on tradition kasi yan sa sa Senate na yung magkalaban po for the Senate presidency will vote in favor of the kalaban nila. Hindi nila i-vote yung sarili nila. Pero yung na-flash po dito ay si Cayetano voted for himself and si Senator Soto voted for himself. So yun lang ang gusto ko lang din i-clarify kasi baka po maguluhan kayo. But anyway, going back, yung current majority na po ay 13 senators which is composed of Senator Alan Cayetano, Pia Cayetano, Chis Escudero, Estrada, Marcoleta, Villar, magkapatid pong Villar, Camille and Mark, Senator Bongo, De La Rosa, Padilla, Legarda, Marcos, and Villanueva. And yung bago pong nadagdag dito is si Senator Legarda, yung dalawang Villar at si Senator Pia Cayetano. So 4 po for a total of 13 considering 9 previously yung minority. Diba? And yung currently yung pro tempore po na inelect nila ay si Senator Legarda. So yung pro tempore po is yung second in command sa Senate President. Equivalent po yan ng Deputy Speaker naman dun sa House of Representatives. And then yung sa group naman po nila Senator Soto is of course, si Senator Soto himself, Pangilinan, Aquino, Hontiveros, Tulfo, Lapid, Lacson, Gatchalian, and Senator Raffy Tulfo. And then, yung maganda pong i-take note natin dito ay may dalawang nag-abstain which is si Senator JV Ejercito at si Senator Zubiri. So, may correlation po kaya itong pag-abstain nila sa impeachment, sa upcoming impeachment ni VP Sara? Mamaya po explain ko yung observation ko. Okay, so anyway, yan po ang composition of the Senate currently. Ngayon po, i-discuss naman natin kung ano yung tingin kong possible votes ng mga to in relation sa eventual impeachment ni VP Sara. Pero yung magiging basihan lang po natin is the current affiliation lang po nila. So again, please take note po itong magiging explanation ko. Yung next explanations ko po will be mainly based lang po on political affiliations nila. Okay, so ngayon, ang pinaka-point ko po talaga dito, if we will just look at political affiliation, ang tingin ko po itong 13 na to will vote not to convict VP Sara in the impeachment trial. And then, yung maganda nga pong i-take note natin dito, itong dalawang nag-abstain. Kasi ako, yung observations ko po sa dalawang senators na to, madami po sila or may mga statements po silang ayaw nila sa impeachment. Therefore, there is a possibility na they will join the group na to nila Senator Cayetano na magvo-vote against an impeachment conviction. So in very simple terms, mukhang 15 po na senators ngayon ang sure na hindi talaga magvo-vote for an impeachment conviction. But again, this is just simply based lang po on political affiliation. Baka magka-changes later on. So yan lang naman po ang interesting na iti-take note natin dito as to this affiliation. Kasi yung currently, alam naman natin dito sa group nila Senator Cayetano, ay nandito talaga yung mga solid DDS senators, yung members ng PDP Laban. And then yung mga senators din na currently pinipersecute during the administration ni PBBM. So, mataas talaga yung chance na they will stick with this group na hindi nila ipapakonvict si VP Sara. Okay, so ngayon po, pag-usapan naman natin kung ano yung tingin kong advantage na abogado na yung Senate President natin once mag-start talaga yung impeachment trial considering yung Senate President po will be the presiding officer. So quick break lang po mga kasimor, gusto ko lang po kasi kayo pasalamatang lahat because we have recently crossed 400,000 subscribers po sa YouTube. Sa mga hindi pa po nag-subscribe pero laging nanonood, hopefully po you can consider subscribing kasi wala naman pong bayad yung subscription sa YouTube ko. 100% free po ang YouTube subscription. Okay, and of course, don't forget also to like this video para po mas bigyan pa kayo ng ganitong content ng mga algorithm sa social media. Okay, so again po, maraming salamat for the support. Ngayon po, tuloy tayo sa discussion. Okay, so ang masasabi ko lang po dyan kung bakit advantage na lawyer yung Senate President na magiging presiding officer po in an impeachment trial court is because if you are a lawyer po, therefore you are presumed to be competent in relation sa mga legal principles at sa mga rules of procedure. Diba? So therefore, since you are presumed competent, edi wala pong mga mistakes na mangyayari in relation to mga legal matters once nag-start po yung trial proper. Okay, and kaya ko po nabanggit yung walang mistakes is because sila Senator Tito Soto po kasi previously si Senator Ping Lacson, meron po silang mga statements out in the public, out in media, kung saan they touched on or discussed mga legal principles. Pero after ko po reviewin yon, unfortunately, hindi po ako pabor dun sa explanation nila kasi with all due respect to them, ay mali-mali po yung pag-discuss nila ng mga legal principles or legal matters. So in other words po, ang nakikita ko kasi minsan kay Senator Soto at kay Senator Ping, parang nami-mix and match po nila yung mga legal principles from mga political commentaries or statements. Which is dapat hindi po yun ganun. Kasi of course, if we talk about legal matters, dapat mag-focus lang po tayo sa legal principles and legal issues in relation po sa mga facts ng mga bagay-bagay pong pinapag-usapan. Hindi po dapat ginagamitan ng political statements kasi madi-defeat po yung purpose ng legal system or mga legal principles natin dito. Okay, so anyway po, continuing our discussion kasi baka po nagtataka kayo bakit may fina-flash ako dito na sobrang daming mga black na boxes. So this one po is an actual court order po from one of my cases kung saan nag-decide po yung judge or nag-release po nitong court order na to. Very recent lang po. This was May 2026 lang po na court order from one of the cases that I am currently handling. So una-una po i-clarify ko lang, itong mga black boxes na to ay mga redacted information to, of course, protect the privacy of my client and the privacy of the court. Kasi hindi naman po to public document. But I wanted to show you the importance of knowing yung rules of procedure in relation nga dun kay Senator Cayetano as the incoming presiding officer. Okay, so again, these are redacted personal and sensitive information po of the court and my clients. At yung gusto ko lang po ipakita dito is itong part na to. So this is basically yung court order in relation na sa formal offer namin ng evidence kasi tapos na po yung presentation of witnesses namin. And then yung ginawa lang po namin dito is an oral formal offer of evidence. And of course, nagbigay din ng oral comments yung kalaban naming abogado. Okay, and then ang sabi po ng korte dito, kung makita ninyo, the jurisprudential tenet that admission of documentary evidence is one thing, giving them evidentiary weight and probative value is entirely different thing. So ang point po ng court dito ay yung admission, yung pagtanggap po ng korte ng evidence ay iba pa kung whether or not may sustansya or may laman ba yung evidence to establish certain factual circumstances or certain issues that we want to establish, yung gusto po namin ipakita sa korte. At kaya po ito yung example na binigay ko sa inyo kasi previously nga po yung iilan sa senators natin, laging dinidiscuss lang yung probative value regarding evidence in relation sa flood control. So ang dating po sa akin nun, parang nakalimutan nila na yung issue on whether or not pwede ba i-admit yung evidence ay magkaiba yun sa probative value, yung may sustansya nga. So ang napansin ko, parang mas nagfo-focus lang sila sa probative value pero yung main issue naman dun sa evidence na minimension nila ay supposedly dapat sa admissibility ng evidence kasi kung illegal po yung pag-acquire mo ng evidence, kahit na po may sustansya yung evidence na yun, ay magiging incompetent po yun kasi it is a violation of the Constitution, the laws, or the rules. Diba? So again, ulitin ko lang po, posible kasing may laman ang ebidensya pero illegal po yung paraan para i-acquire mo yan, magkakaroon ka po ng admission or admissibility issue as to that evidence. So in very simple terms, hindi lang talaga probative value or sustansya nga yung problema ng evidence. Pero yun nga po, yung iilan sa senators natin, palaging nakafocus lang sa probative, nakalimutan na yung admissibility side. So going back to my main point here, since si Senator Cayetano po is a lawyer, therefore he is presumed to know these basic rules on evidence po natin in relation to admissibility issues and whether or not may probative value pa. So ito, pinakita ko lang po sa inyo kasi even in my actual cases, dinidiscuss din po talaga yung two aspects na yan sa rule on evidence. So again, going back to my pinaka-point po talaga, since si Senator Cayetano nga is presumed to know the law being a lawyer, therefore ang presumption ngayon ay hindi magkakaroon ng mga errors sa mga basic principles on the rules on evidence po natin, rules of court, in relation to the upcoming impeachment trial ni VP Sara Duterte. Okay, so yan lang po ang masasabi ko as to this issue. Hopefully klaro po yan. If you like more legal videos and current events, subscribe lang po kayo sa channel ko. And until next time, see you all po. Bye!